John, I'm going to stick to the theme of the new droid map. The Ava droids are an integral part of the map's aesthetic, and they look amazing. Can you talk a little bit about the work that's been done on those assets in the lead up to putting this map out, and in the meantime, and what kind of functionality we might see in the future?
Yeah, that's like, can you sum up the meaning of life in just 3 simple words?
If I were to ask anyone, it would be you.
No. Okay, visually, initially they were done for not initially the droid map, but because of what we did actually inspired what the droid map was going to be. So the initial idea of the droids was more of the modular forward thinking on what we do. Eventually, we're going to have the open world. We're probably going to have crime because Gobi's going to be there. So we're going to need some droids to kind of keep the peace. Anyway, as we were making them, then we were looking at this next level on what we're going to be doing. It'd be like, wouldn't it be really cool if this is the factory where the droids are actually built and put together on? And that's kind of where it kind of inspired from there. That nice cleaned lines of what's being done. You get that secondary motion of the robot arms putting them together. We've got like display cases of the different variations of the robots. Not only what's coming out, but there's some like the early concept stuff in there and stuff like that. And it's been really cool to kind of use that to inspire what the visual side of things are, as well as give you something really interesting to look at. I will state, droids look amazing. Big shout out to Georg and Chris, who's been working really hard on those. But I will state what I've said many times on a lot of things. They're still work in progress. They will get absolutely a proper polish pass. But it's been a case of we need to quickly get them in. They look incredible. They will absolutely look way, way better. Definitely. And we have big plans for them. You know, not just obviously as set dressing, which at the moment they are, but they will be and are a fully playable character if need be, as well as you could have one trying to write you a speeding ticket while one's waiting for you at the drive-thru with your, you know, wham burger and fries.
Well, I personally can't wait to see them moving around Miami and maybe even in the droid map one day. I think they look incredible every time you guys do a little update with them, so I can't imagine how much better they'll look. Before I let you go, I have to ask, we got a glimpse of a Wape in the latest devlog. What kind of upgrades have been done to the Wape, and are we going to see Wapes as combatants in Rebellion in the future or in the streets?
There they are, leaking them secrets again. I swear, it's like on the Titanic, you're trying to keep it going. Bang, another leak all comes out. You know what I mean? No, the Wapes are fairly early on. We're still doing the initial. It was like Neo said, we've been working hard on getting the groundwork for so many things sorted. But as much as we're pushing forward, we're not forgetting our heritage. We know people want the Wapes. We know the things. And everything is just leveling up so much. So exactly like Aris with the vehicles and cars and stuff, we've got to level up everything that goes in. So they are on that initial sculpt pass and the look, and we're making sure that they work with things. I mean, there's no reason why Wapes ain't going to go in as a fully playable character. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? I think there'd be an amazing adaptation to what we can do. And again, with everything we do with our modular system, we'll do everything we can to get the best bang for buck out of absolutely every asset we've got. I mean, we're incredibly proud of everything we do. So the way I've always described it is we're toy makers. We make the toys that sit in the box that we want everybody to play with. And it's kind of up to you how you're going to play with it, whether it's racing, shooting, walking down the street, all these next modular parts of the game. Because remember, we're obviously not just a shooter or just a racer. These are just small parts of a massive puzzle. So it is, everything's coming to that. So everything we make is always about the bigger picture. So yeah, you're going to be able to walk down the street as a Wape, whether you decide to drive in your Lamborghini or shoot somebody in the face in Rebellion or order a burger from a droid. It's all going to be in there. It just takes a bit of time.
John, can I ask something?
Absolutely.
Okay, as a fan, can I ask something as a fan? Okay.
Absolutely.
Trinity. One of my favorite things in the devlog was Trinity V2.
I got to agree with you on that one.
I mean, it's insane. It's insane. People need to just go watch that on loop and study and look at the intricacies of that. But I mean, Trinity 1 was so good, but I just think the level of detail and the animations and the ears and the light, like, just there's so much in there that is like truly next level. And it's also starting to kind of feel like a more unique look to us, you know what I mean? Because like the original one looked a little like more Halo-ish. But yeah, can you kind of explain what the process was there and what you guys tried to achieve with that, and also just like how the quality went to the next level, basically?
Oh, dude, the thing is, it's kind of like I said with the droid, we're trying to push through. The Trinity V2 that everybody sees at the moment is not the final version. I mean, Neo, if you grab the latest build and have a look at it, the textures have already had their level up, and there's yet more to go with obviously the secondary motions. Everything is that level up and step up. We absolutely hammered the first Trinity suit to get the shooter ready, and I will point out, giant shout out to the whole team, because we're not only just making the character assets, but you know, people like Carlos are in there building the systems. Matt's not just in the animator, he's, you know, working on the way the weapon system's gonna go. Chris is doing the game asset textures, but he's also helping level up the weapons. It's such a broad spectrum on everything we do, but every step is to level up everything around. So when we made the first Trinity suit, we were really, really happy. I mean, I know there's definitely references of Halo and stuff like that. You know, it's a given. We're not going to go out there in furry pickle suit. You know, there are standards for what you expect. But we knew what we did was a good, solid base, but we then knew what we wanted to go further. So the whole system is designed to work into with the Trinity V1 and the Trinity V2. Georg's done an amazing design with it. We've been work clever to level up everything we do, but it's not just the suit. We briefly showed the wings. We designed wings that pop down. You know, you can glide with them. The new V2 Trinity suit, now we have that has a slot specifically for that, so it is built more of a gliding suit, which is why the visor looks a little more like a cockpit and stuff like that. There's just lots of little guides and nods of caps to what you want and what you're going to get from it, of what the suit's going to be. And the more we work on it, the more we know where we're going with it, and the more we want to raise the bar. I can't emphasize how much that is so specific in what we do. But it's not just the visuals, it's the locomotion system, the way the weapons work. You know, I mean, Nancy's done an incredible job.
One of the things I noticed, and one of the reasons that I think it's so good, is because the systems and the team, the systems have matured a lot, and the teams, like, we're like, just even like the way the character moves and is in an idle position feels like, you know, 100 times more natural than before. And I don't know, it just feels like we've hit escape velocity in terms of these systems, where we're not just trying to like catch other, not in every system, like there's a lot of areas in which we're deficient, I would say, or we're still growing. But I'd say like with Trinity V2, I'm actually like, okay, this is better than 99.9% of, you know, I don't know, like I think it's better than most games if you just like look at that character and look at, there's 50 there's 50 100 things happening there, and systems and years of work in order to actually get it feeling like that. But most people wouldn't actually know why it feels so good.
I completely agree. The thing is, I mean, you can't, you know, not acknowledge games like Halo or Gears of War. As you develop, you're always standing on the shoulders of giants. It's the way it goes. But exactly, you're leveling up with everything and them systems. And I know there's some things we may be deficient on, but I still would like to point out a few things. I know the project's been going a while, but in terms of actual length, we are still developing infants at best in the time it takes to build these systems. Don't forget, guys, I mean, just over a year ago, we didn't have a shooter. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think it plays as well as pretty much anything out there for what it is. That there is just, I can't wait till everybody gets it in their hands. And it, like Neil was saying about leveling up, we are absolutely our biggest critics. We ask everybody for feedback. We see it every day. We critique everything. And we're like, this is great, but how can we make it better? And that's always the goal. And not only for us, but all the teams around. And everybody steps on everyone's shoulders and raises everyone up. And it brings up the level to the point where I've got to be the oldest dude in the studio with ridiculous amount of time doing this. And I'm so insanely proud of the team and what everybody's doing. And it's very easy to go, oh yeah, because you're on the podcast, you meant to say that. I'm a zero bullshit guy. Like, I have been in meetings where I'm like, actually, you're wrong. I don't think this works. Blah, blah, blah. But I am so insanely proud of everybody on the team. And I've worked with some of the biggest and best. And I think our work shows in the time we spend to do what we do, we're absolutely next level. And it shows, but we're not going to stop at that level. We're always going to go that next level up and push it further.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the Trinity V2 because it looks absolutely incredible. And I don't think people understand the level of detail that goes into it. And we don't call the avatar the Apex asset for nothing. I know there's a lot of anticipation for that drop. So hopefully we can get a big space around that. I see you have your hand up there, Aris. Did you have something that you wanted to chime in with?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is terrible. This is all that it is wrong with Wonderworld. I've been here like more than a year trying to level up the wheels and make them work and be on par with what the Avatar team was doing, and we were almost there. With especially with the Wambo update, we were getting so close to having something to be proud of and be able to go on the side, of the Avatar team. And then they just release the Trinity version 2. I have enough. I mean, I cannot go through this again. This is not possible.
All I'm hearing is Lamborghini isn't high enough for you, Aris. That's all I'm hearing.
No, it's not. It's not. No,
come on, dude.
Jokes apart.
Oh, Aris, tell us about
the
fact that Lamborghini gave us cred because of, I wasn't there, but you said, I heard that part of the way the deal happened was because they respected like how we were designing the vehicles and like thought we were legit or whatever because of like our car designs, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's a delicate subject that I was trying to avoid it, but since you're asking for it, so practically, obviously, what happened was like, hey guys, that is all good and the project is amazing and we can see the quality coming from everywhere, but you guys have cars named Wambo in it, so what are we gonna do with that? I'm like, yeah, all right, yep, of course, but we are redesigning the whole thing. I say, yeah, whatever, we don't want to be into another open map game with badly designed cars just to make them not be the original ones. And so we showed them the redesigns. They were like, all right, wait a minute. This is something we can work with, because if that's the quality and that's the level of respect that you're paying on the original cars, then we can work it out. And this is how it happened. So this is pretty much what happened behind the scenes. But I will add something more seriously. You see us all here, tapping each other backs and having fun. Truth is that the team is extremely critical and it gives feedback like crazy every single day. Every single day, we are going to, jump into each other's throats almost, trying to give feedback and say how we can improve that, how we can improve this. And most importantly, everybody reacts really well to this feedback. And I think that is what makes us go farther and farther. And obviously a little bit of, internal competition, which is always great.
I was literally going to say there's definitely that Monday competitiveness, like, whoa, who's going to show what? But I will say, yeah, I mean, the cars have leveled up insane, you know what I mean? But it is definitely, you know, environments have, procedural have, and it's honestly, everybody kind of supports, holds hands, and takes a step forward. It is that no team left behind. You know what I mean? If we can help out cars, like we did a good chunk, you know, help what he can towards the Lambo drop or something like that, or the environments, or I'll ask Brandon, what does he think of this? Or he'll ask, and it's that internal collaboration that makes all the difference. We're not a me team, we're a we team, and that's always been the case. And I'm going to state it now, and I've said this for years. We have to drop a sign of then and now, because I actually don't believe people realize how far we've come in 3 years.